Welcome. And today we're starting with our dinner. And we debated if we were going to put this on video, but we figured why not? So those who might be interested in purchasing this item, we got it from Aldi's, and it's the spinach and ricotta strudel. And it's 10.6 ounces. Now tonight for our dinner, we lucked out. My husband was able to get some desserts and some deli meat for free. So we're going to incorporate that into dinner. And before we get that started, I want to show you what this looks like. So that way, if you're interested in maybe trying this out, first time we've tried it out. Let's see on the back here. Preheat oven to 395. Place frozen product on baking sheet on the center of the baking tray. Bake 18 to 22 minutes or until surface is golden brown. So we're going to do that. So be right back. We gotta go get a baking sheet. All right. Now the cool thing is, in our freezer, we had some French style bread that we bought on clearance. I think it was 6 of them in a pack for $2.50. So those, we took them out and just put them inside the toaster to start to defrost. And here's the pan that they were on. So we're just going to move these off to the side. And that's what we're going to make our hoagies with for dinner tonight. And this is a clean baking sheet. It's just that it's stained. It's funny because the first time that we cooked on that, it ended up staining, but it works out good. And then there's the wrap. Let me make sure I got, yep. On the back is a flat pastry, and that's the vented side. So that's the side we're going to put in the toaster. Now, since I'm cooking it in a toaster and not an oven, we're going to put it on 350 and bake until it's golden brown. So we're not going to do it at the 395 because most of the time it's going to burn before cooking in a toaster oven. Now, if we was using a full-size oven, then we would put it on at 395. Now, just in case you hear some noise in the background, my husband is here with me, of course. So this is daily life. You can go ahead. It's okay. But he's going to rinse his hands off. But I went ahead because my French bread is still frozen. So what I'm going to do, because the toaster is on, and you know it's going to get hot on top of the toaster, we're just going to put another little baking. And we got these little mini trays from Walmart. We love them. On top, and set it directly on top of the toaster oven while the strudel bakes.
Stupid, ridiculous, like $1.50.
I don't remember how much they were, but I just know we got like 6 of them and we use them all the time. And we're just going to set that on top of the oven. So if you'll set that on top, and then that way it'll heat up and defrost while the others are cooking, while the strudel is cooking. I'd have put it in the shot tea. Look at that. My husband today, you know, because today is the day that they will bring to the shop. Now, who is they, like a church again?
It's a church, yeah.
It's a church, and as you can see, it's sealed. Nothing wrong with it. And I'm going to get him to get a knife to open it up. But they are caramel apple cupcakes with an apple buttercream frosting. That was, it looked like they were originally $4.99. Reduced down to $2.49. The sell by date is September the 28th. But since it looked like they originally was $5.49, and since they didn't sell them, they brought it to the shop. Now I gotta remind my husband, you're on camera, so if you turn it, it's gonna be upside down. You see what I'm saying? And they smell like caramel apple. Can you smell that?
No.
You can't smell that?
So I can smell it now that it's wafting. There we go.
All right, we paused that so that way it wouldn't be too crazy when y'all are trying to look at it. But I'm gonna have him pop this out. Oh my gosh, it smells like caramel apple, like a caramel apple. If you'll hold, because I can't get it to come open. All right. And that's what they look like.
Oh, they got caramel drizzled on it.
I know. Oh, do you smell it now?
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like there's a vanilla style cupcake. And it's got that. You want to, because I can't eat until an hour because I took my.
Caramel apple, naturally flavored.
Naturally, artificially flavored.
Apple buttercream icing.
Yep, cupcake. So grab a fork and so you can taste of it. Because I can't yet. Just take a little bit. Oh, see? I don't want you to get too much before dinner. I know. Bad me. Hopefully they can see that on there. Just a little taste to see if you like that. They smell good.
Oh, that's good. Even for buttercream icing, that's pretty good. Oh yeah, it tastes like a caramel apple.
Oh, that's good. So that's going to be dessert. And we might even, because we have, and like I said, those were free, guys. Yay. So I'm going to set these off to the side. We have some bananas that are starting to get the brown spots on it. So we'll probably, just to bolt these up, cut up some bananas with it. So it'll be like a banana caramel apple cupcake. Oh my. How exciting is that? Yeah.
It's going to be good.
You can say, yeah.
That's all I said. It's going to be good.
It's funny. He's looking at me like, can I speak? I'm like, yeah, you can. So that's going to be for dessert. And then for dinner, on those wraps, not the wraps, on the French bread, hoagies, thank you. He also got some boar's head. Let me turn it this way so I can read what it says. Oven gold turkey, 0.82 pounds. And deluxe low sodium roast beef, and this one is 0.74 pounds. So we're going to use some of that on each of the hoagie tonight. Oh, that roast beef smells delicious. I just smelled of it. It smells really good. And let's see what this one. Oh, that one smells even better. Can you see that? It's going to be lovely. It's got like the oven roasted turkey, the oven gold turkey. See if I can get that pulled back. Can you see the seasoning on that? Free. Just because they didn't want it to go bad, so they gave it away. And we already have some boar's head in the freezer, so we're going to eat this up because I don't want to have to put it in the freezer. And what I'll do is go ahead and make dinner tonight. And then we'll use what's left over for lunches. Let me take that out so you can see it. And there's the oven roasted. I'm not the oven roasted, the low sodium roast beef. That's gorgeous. All right. And what we're going to do, we're just going to put you on a quick pause because my husband and I are going to look and go ahead and prep the tomatoes and make sure we get the onions. And I'll show you one more thing before we put it on a, before we go on a pause. Is what I was going to say is roasted beets. Now, these came from the garden. We just peeled them, diced them up, put a little bit of avocado oil and a little bit of the citrus salt, which is my favorite. Coated it and put it in the toaster oven for about, I don't know, maybe 70 minutes. I think it was set on. And then just let it set in there. Because I love some roasted beets. So I'm going to have that. And I just left a little piece of foil. This was a piece of foil that was in our, you know how you tear off foil and you get the wrong amount. So we kind of fold it over. So that's why I put it on to keep the steam in. And we just put the lid right on top. And it's sitting over on the stove waiting. And they're still actually warm. So I'm going to have some roasted beets with my sandwich. Okay, so we went ahead and cut up the tomatoes. And these are just cherry tomatoes from our garden. that are coming in. So we went ahead and halved it and then halved again and just got those in a bowl. And you know how we are here, so we're going to go ahead, and these are some white onion and jalapenos from our and the onions are from the store, the jalapenos are from our garden, our container garden. And listen to this, I'm about to tell them the story, T. I got the right idea because I was like, you know, I don't want them to go to waste, because we had the raw onion and the raw. Awesome. My husband just went out there and got 2 more eggs. So I think that's, how many is that today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 5?
Four bigs, 1 small.
Yep. So we didn't want it to go to waste, so we had the, you know, uncooked jalapenos and uncooked onion in the refrigerator. So I was like, well, we'll take this little pot and I'm just going to put it in there and just saute them a little bit to cook them up. I had to get my son to open up every window in our house because it was like someone pepper sprayed all in the kitchen and it was going into the living room. I was like, well, that was a big mistake. But on the positive side, it is delicious. And we've been adding it to breakfast burritos, which I have on my TikTok. And my husband also does videos and does like what he has for lunch. So if you want to kind of see what it looks like. And I also put pictures on my community tab. And I think I have a picture of the breakfast pita wrap that we put some of these jalapenos in on there. So if you ever want to see kind of like, get an idea of what we eat in a day, or you know what we have for breakfast or something like that, check out our videos, my husband's videos and our TikTok. And if I can remember or have him show me or remind me, then I can put the links in the description box. Maybe I should just do that. And like I said, a community tab, where you go onto someone's main page and you roll over to say like playlist about, you'll see community, and that's considered a community tab, not just for my page, but anybody's page that you're happen to view. And half the time, you know, we'll have pictures on there. You know, if it's like National Hamburger Day or something like that, we'll put that on there. You know, just random little things, pictures basically. It's where you can see pictures of things and updates. So we're just waiting on the puff pastry, which I did. Oh, look at it, T. I did bump it up to 375 because it looked like it was having a hard time expanding. And I rotated around in there and it looked like it's starting to rise up. So as soon as that rises up, and let's check the bread and see if it's defrosted enough. It might be. And what I'm going to do is have him take the rolls and split them halfway. We're just going to move this to the back so it'll be ready. I'm going to have him split these halfway and put them face down on here so that way they can start, we can start loading them up. And I'm going to get the, I think what we're going to do is take the onions out of here and mix the rest of the jalapenos with mayo to make a jalapeno mayo spread, and then top it with the, yeah, that's what we're going to do. And we're going to top it with the onion so that way we can use up the jalapeno. That's a lot of jalapeno. I might be getting carried away on these jalapenos. You think it's going to be too spicy? You don't think it's?
No, I think it's going to be alright.
Okay. Well, what I want to do is, and I'm going to see if he's comfortable with cutting that without it getting too wonky. If so, then we'll pause it and come back once we start loading it up. Alright, he done cut them not all the way through, because I want to be able to slowly pull it open. Just like that. And they're still really cold on the inside, so I'm going to put them face down on the pan. I got the other one, the other French bread on the other pan. And I'm going to put it face down, but I want it to be connected right there as much as possible. So when we fold it over and go to eat it, it'll be easier without everything coming out the sides. So, and that's it. And we're going to put these right back on top of the toaster so they can thaw out a little bit more while we get the rest of our toppings together. And we'll come back. All right, now I got my husband open up the mayo. And he's just gonna, or you could squeeze it in there. That's fine.
Oh.
And I'm gonna have him, I'm just taking the jalapenos out. I mean the jalapenos, the onions out. It's really not that many jalapenos, is it?
Mm-mm.
I'll say that till it starts setting us on fire. And just in case anybody wants to be like, oh my God, you're using it. This is our food. Our hands are clean. We do not use gloves in our own home. And we will not use gloves in our own home when handling our own food. I've worked in restaurants and trust me, your hands are cleaner than any. I'd rather for somebody to be honest. I'm just going to go down this road real quick. I've seen many a times and worked in restaurants in my younger time when people will have gloves on and they will use those gloves to sweep, to take out trash, to wipe off countertops, and then turn right back around and make people's food. So just because they have on gloves doesn't mean that their hands are clean. I'd rather for you just wash your hands if you're going to do that and handle my food. But maybe that's why we stopped eating out as much, because you could put it in there, because I can't with that nonsense. So sometimes there's things that goes on behind the scenes that if you ain't never worked in that field, you just don't know. But once you do know, I don't, like I said, as long as their hands are clean, I'd rather just see someone wash their hands in front of me and if it's not, then have a glove on it. And I'm like, how long have them gloves been on their hands? What were you gonna say?
I was like, and most of the utensils are not clean.
Well, and there's a lot that, and to make sure they're changing out their sanitizer buckets, or they even using sanitizer buckets to wipe down the counters and wipe, cleaning out the tea urns and stuff. So there's a lot
golden brown
that goes into that. But I'm going to get off that right now because that's not, I don't want to harp on stuff like that on my channel. But I just in case, because I know sometimes in comments people want to be like, oh, you're not wearing gloves. Well, guess what? On this channel, when I'm cooking in my own home or we're preparing our own food, we are constantly washing our hands, constantly keeping our surfaces clean, and we're eating this food and we're going to prepare it the way that we're comfortable with. So there's some mayo-based, the jalapeno-based mayo. Here are the peppers. Oh my goodness, I must be getting hungry. These are not peppers. Here are the onions. And my husband wants sliced cheese on his. Myself, I don't want cheese on mine. I'm funny, like, I usually don't like cheese on my sandwiches like that, unless it's like a cheeseburger or something like that, like regular sliced cheese. So I think I want to try mine without cheese first to see if I like it better that way. Oh, that pastry is looking good.
Yeah, it's just starting to brown up.
Oh, yeah, it's starting to brown up. So, grab us 2 plates. Actually, if you want to go get 2 out of there. Alright, we're going to start loading it up here. Oh, that warmed up really good. And once we put it in there, it'll warm up even better. So, there's 1. Oh, don't they smell good?
Mm-hmm.
There's 2. And these were just on those pans on top of the toaster, face down. First I put them on there whole, and then we face down. And now I'm just spraying mayo on the bottom. The jalapeno mayo that we made. And we're doing it, we do this every day. We always, and I grew up like this, we don't waste food. I grew up with, there's starving kids all over the world. We don't waste food. And of course, no matter what our financial situation has been, first of marriage, throughout marriage, we've always, if you're going to eat food, eat it and don't waste it. So we go through our refrigerator and we make sure to use what's left over. Because there are some people out there, come check this place too, that don't have anything to eat or would love to have, you know, a sandwich like this. So here we are. All right, there's the mayo.
At the time a little bit.
Yeah, make sure it's on, spin it around one more time, and then make sure it's on. I bumped it up to 375 so the pastry will puff. I'm just getting every little bit. I love mayonnaise, so I think this one's going to be my sandwich. I'm going to get every little bit of mayo off of there. And let me just show you, see, that's almost clean enough. You can just put it right back inside the cupboard there, but we're going to wash it. So there's that. And T, you want to bring me the toppings, the beef, the roast beef and stuff?
Yeah, let's just go into the system.
And he's getting out the roast beef and the turkey, and I want to put that on there. So do me a favor, hold on to one or the other, okay? And let's see here. Oh, it's just falling apart, which is good. That means hopefully it's good. Is that part of the paper? Yeah, that's part of the paper. So I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. Make sure we don't eat that. All right, I'm just trying to get it out of this pack here. All right. And I'm just kind of
Start out on the whole thing on there.
Putting it on here. And I'm just trying to pull it apart. Just make it easier mouthfeel to get started here. And here's mine. I'm going to put a little bit on mine. It's been forever since we've had just a bigger piece. I'm going to put it on my husband's because I don't want that much meat on mine. Oh, that looks good. And then what I'm going to do is put cheese in the middle. Regular old American sliced cheese. I asked him if he wanted cheddar or sliced cheese, and he wants sliced cheese, so here we are. All right, you can put that over on that pan right there. And then the turkey.
You done with the rest?
Oh, no, not yet. I might put a little bit. I'm just trying to layer it up some sort of. Actually, hand me one slice of American cheese. I might half it and put half. I don't know if I'm going to, but it won't be too much to where I won't be able to eat it, you know, won't taste. So open it up for me, split it in half and put it like that. These are going to be pretty good sized sandwiches. And of course, yes, my husband's going to have a big sandwich. I've said it in videos before, but just in case you're like, gosh, that's a lot of food. Well, I got a lot of husband to feed. He's 6'5", and yeah, he requires more than one or two pieces of meat. So I think that's going to be good for his and mine. And let's get the onions. Let's just stick that right there. That's shaping up to look real good. And I'm a big veggie fan, so I will put a lot of onions on mine too. And see, just that easy. We used up all those cooked onions, and we used up all those jalapenos. And then what I'm going to do is take this and put it in the toaster oven and just have it kind of heat up all together. So we'll be right back. All right, there's the puff pastry right out the oven. Golden brown around the outside, starting to get lightly brown on the inside. So that is ready. And we're going to grab our sandwiches out and fix our plates, and we're going to eat. And because I get excited, because I am hungry, before I forget to mention, because my battery saver, do you want to do the battery saver, popped up. So instead of pausing it for the dessert, what we'll do is when we do our dessert, we'll go ahead and take a picture of it and put it on a community tab so you can see what the caramel apple cupcakes with. Most likely we're going to put bananas with it and whipped cream. So that's going to be our dessert. There they are right out there. The cheese has melted. Do you want beets?
No.
Oh, see. He doesn't want beets, but I do. So I'm going to put some beets on the side. Alright, if you want to put that in the lid on and put that in the refrigerator, we're going to do some tomatoes. Yum, yum, yum. And what we most likely also, we'll probably have a packet of mayo on the side just in case it's not enough for one or the other. I like a lot of mayo on my sandwiches. My husband not so much, so that way if somebody wants a little bit more. Tell me when to stop with the tomato. Okay? And then if you want to bring the pastry over and put me a slice of the puff pastry, which I think I want an end piece. I want the small end piece. There's my puff pastry. And it's so crispy and flaky. I'm hoping,
yeah.
Let me take a taste of it super quick. Just to see. I mean, you hear that?
Yeah, it's crunch.
Oh, that's good. Lick it off of there and tell me. That kind of reminds me of the Greek festival one we got.
Yeah.
All right. And there, you guys, is our dinner for tonight. Basically, the only thing that we had to pay for was the ricotta and spinach. What is this thing called?
Strudel.
Strudel. Thank you. And the bread was 6 in a pack for, I think it was $2.49 on clearance. And the onion and the cheese, everything else for this dinner. And we'll have to pay for the bananas, of course, which we got a bunch of them for 48 cents. And the whipped cream, which was, I mean, the whole thing of whipped topping was $1.49, and the cupcakes are free. So, and that's our dinner tonight. Thanks for watching.